If you need me to explain who I am to you, you're not fit for this interview.
Okay, it's just part of a documentary, man. If you just cooperate a little bit, I can make this really smooth, okay? I'm just trying to help you sell records.
O'Donnell. Patrick O'Donnell. And I'm the premier American classical guitarist.
When did you start playing guitar?
Since I was 3. It was clear for a young age that I was bound for better things.
What inspires you when you play a performance?
Do you have any real questions, or am I being interviewed for Us Magazine?
Okay, I know you don't want to do this, man, but I was hired by the label. I'm a huge fan of you. We all just want to get a little glimpse inside of you, man. Okay, feel free. You don't need to answer this if you don't want to. But there have been many accounts that you can be quite harsh, quite abrasive at times, failed marriages, ruined friendships. Why do you act like this?
Stupid question. Would you ask that of Mahler? Some people are incapable of keeping up with the geniuses among them, the true artists. And it's... Next question, please.
Your new record is entirely made up of compositions by the great classical guitar composer Tarrega. Why did you choose him to be the muse behind this new album?
Truthfully, I see a lot of myself in the Spanish maestro. Underappreciated in his time, misrepresented, true romantic. I wish I could remember the other things the label wanted me to say.
So, why does such a renowned musician need to live with a roommate?
Well, he hasn't produced an album or had a live performance in like 3 years, and so yeah, his finances are not what they used to be, for sure.
And there are many reports and stories of him being a bit bizarre, arrogant, hard to work with. Have you experienced this at all, being his roommate?
Yeah, he does have some quirks. He does this thing where when he makes toast, which he makes a weird amount of toast, and he has to have, I have to get the toast out of the toaster every time, and because I don't know, he's afraid he's gonna get zapped or something, or it's too hot, so he can't take toast out of the toaster. We only have plastic cutlery in the house because he's afraid of like cutting his finger, and I don't know why it's also with spoons and forks, but like he'll cut all his veggies with this plastic butter knife, and I tried when I moved in to get some knives, and he kept just throwing them out, so I gave up on that.
We hear stories of him being very protective, maybe even to a violent extent, around his guitars. Have you ever accidentally touched one and sparked that wrath?
Yeah, that was early on when we started living together, and I didn't even touch it. I just sort of, I walked near it, and there was like this, we had this thing on the table, it was like a bowl of, I don't know, it was candy or something, and I just bumped the bowl a little bit. The bowl fell and fell near the guitar, and he heard the bowl from the other room, and he got up and ran at me and jumped over the table at me, and then he tried to tackle me, but he's not really like the tackling type, so he just ended up falling on the table, and then we had to get a new table. The table broke.
So what made you initially interested in St. Patrick?
Who wouldn't want to be with the best guitar player in the world? He used to serenade me at night, take me on world tours, and I heard plenty of jokes about guitar players' fingers, but I'm not gonna get into that.
Okay, when did it start to go wrong?
He is Scotch-Irish, so he drinks like an Irishman and he fights like a Scotsman.
Oh, and that must have been tough to deal with.
Yeah, after about a year, I couldn't deal with it anymore.
So I read in a newspaper article from years and years ago that your first guitar teacher was Francesco Cortina. What was your experience like studying under this great master?
How did you hear of Signor Cortina?
I saw it in the newspaper article because I took lessons with him too. I of course never amounted to your stature, but I used to be quite an amateur player under
Wow.
Mr. Cortina.
I wouldn't have guessed that you ever took lessons with the great master.
It seemed like there was a sense of beauty in his playing that I've never heard from anyone until I heard your first record, and I could hear some of the maestro coming through in your playing.
Yeah, it's a shame, because he was truly a genius, and I suppose I've always felt guilty that I've enjoyed this success that was all his.
I do not wish to impose, but do you think you could maybe play us a little bit of a song off your new album?
I don't play on command, but as a favor for the fellow student of the great maestro, I suppose I could give you a styling by Tarrega. Allow me.
As Patrick played Tarrega's Lagrima, Spanish for teardrop, a wave of emotions flowed over me, emotions that I had not felt in years. It seemed as if we were breaking down this barrier that had been built over the guitarist's entire life. We were getting a glimpse at the inside that had for so long been hidden. Maybe Patrick O'Donnell truly is misunderstood.
You know, I was wrong about you. Can I show you the place where I go to practice, to record? It's a place that gives me inspiration and reminds me of our beloved teacher, Signor Cortina.
That would be amazing. Do you want to go right now?
Let's go. My friend. Let's make our way. Oh, there's my roommate now. Whoa, dude! You got some nerve. Fuck you! Fuck! Just go! You ruined me! You ruined me!